Hey everyone, welcome back to my tutorial series on how to play my latest project, Horseshoes by Must Die. This is part 3 out of 5, where I'll be teaching you how to play the drop. If you haven't seen the original performance, you can check that video out here. Yeah, it's got a pretty cool light show and stuff, so if you haven't seen that, check it out, also so you'll know what you'll be playing in this tutorial. I've turned the light show off as usual so you guys can see the pads I'm pressing easily. Okay, and the project file as always is in the description, so it's the first link there, free download, so check that out too. Okay, so as I said in the other tutorials, if you guys could just do me the favor of leaving a comment below after watching this tutorial and just letting me know if I was explaining stuff too fast or too slow, or just any kind of feedback or request would be great, because a lot of people asked me to make this tutorial and I'm not sure what level you guys are at, so yeah, that would be really helpful. And yeah, so as I said, this tutorial will cover the drop. Here's a preview from the original video. Okay, and the other tutorials, if you haven't seen them, the first one is the intro, just click here to watch that one. The second one covers the build-up, click here to see that. The fourth one, which will be the follow-up to this, will cover the breakdown, so click here to see that one. And the fifth one will cover the outro, so click here to see that. Just any of these ones, click on them to see which tutorial, which part of the song you're interested in learning. Okay. So let's get started. I'll explain the percussion first, so the left hand. It's all in the bottom left corner, and it's actually it's identical to Emphasonic setup. So you play it like this. This is what it sounds like, and basically the finger positioning is this. Okay, so these two, this pad and this one, and basically you've got the kick here, thumb on your kick, your thumb plays the kick, okay, then your index finger plays the snare, then your little finger plays the hi-hat, okay, and then this one's actually just empty. I just play it because I'm so used to Emphasonic setup, it's pretty genius, so yeah. Okay, and the way you play it is these two, kick and hi-hat, always go together, and they just play continuously like this, okay. And then every other time that you play this, you want to add the snare in too, so. Okay, so it's a... And an easy way to remember this is while you're still playing these two always, anytime you press the pad, you're always playing these two. Just kind of go back and forth, so back and forth, okay? So that kind of helps you to play the snare too. And just a small tip, try and hit the snare just a fraction of a second before hitting the kick. That just sounds much better. Okay, so. Okay. Like this. And yeah, so that's basically it. You'll be starting off just with a kick and the snare for the first part of the drop. And that sounds like this. Okay, and then you'll add in the hi-hat. Anyway, so this part, I'll explain it. Basically, you play these 3 pads going up in order. You've got 2 growls which are identical. Okay, and you play this like this. As soon as you end the snare, then you play this one. So, okay, then you play the kick halfway through this. So, and then you play the kick and snare together with this one. So, okay, okay, and then you play this one offbeat. So, like that. And so these 2 are offbeat basically. This is between the snare and the kick, so snare and kick, okay? Then snare, and then offbeat, okay? And you do that the exact same thing the second time, but playing this one instead, so 1, 2, 3. So you play this one first, just going up, then the second time you just play it, but with this one at the end, and then the third time you play it exactly the same as the first. And then the 4th time, you always have a variation on the 4th. So, in this case, the first variation is... Okay, so it's 1, 2. Okay? And, yeah, then you play the exact same thing again, but with another variation, so... And this is a variation here. So in the first variation, you're playing these 2. Okay. Okay. You basically play this halfway through. And when you hit the kick, so halfway through this you'd be hitting the kick, you also play this. So. And then you hit the snare, kick and snare with this one, so kick and then kick snare. So. Okay, second time you don't hit these 2, second variation, you don't do this, you just do. And this is exactly the same as the build-up. You start with these 2, and then these 2 together. Okay, and then you press the 5th guitar here. Okay, and just in case you guys just mess up, and you're like, just hit this pad or this one, and it will immediately stop. Okay, so you don't have to listen to that going on forever and ever. Then, as soon as you finish this, so you're gonna start playing the hi-hat too, adding that in, and you're gonna play the exact same thing as you just did now. So we're in the second half of the first part of the drop. And you're basically going to start off like this. This is the only difference. You added the hi-hat and start off with this. So it's... So instead of playing this one, you play... So it's... Okay, so that's exactly the same, and here you've got the same variation, so it's exactly the same as the first, with those 2 small differences. And here basically go. Okay, so instead of the guitar, instead of doing that, you're gonna do this second time. So the second time you play this, you play this one instead of this one, so. Okay, this one. And now you're in the second part of the drop. And the second part is very similar to the first, it just uses this row instead of this row. So it sounds like this. Okay, so you can see the format is exactly the same. You're playing this part as usual, and then this one, then this one, and then this one, and then you've got the variation. So in this case, it's that one, and then you go back to this one later, but yeah. And the way you play this bottom part is exactly the same to this. You've got 2 growls. Okay, they last the exact same time, so it's kick, snare, and then this one, so. And then halfway through you play the kick again, so. Okay, and then here, offbeat, you're gonna play the hi-hat. So after kick, you play this along with the hi-hat, so. And you're gonna you kind of imagine a kind of diagonal going up to the left, here. So you play it like this. Thumb, index, and then you go like this. So the first 3 fingers cover these. So you just go up. So, and you don't really have to be careful of timing. It's just okay. Okay, so that's how you do it. They've got the same time basically between each other. So then you do the exact same thing, but like this. Okay. So it's the exact same thing, but instead of having this finger position, I'm playing this pad and this one with the same finger, so you go. So it's... And then you play the first one again. So as usual, it's basically going up, then first this one, then this one again, and then you've got the variation. So this is the first variation, the second part, just as the first drop you go. Okay, so it's basically the first 2 growls and halfway through the second growl. So then you play the exact same thing, so and just as the first one, you play this with the guitar. So just exactly like the first. The variations basically are the same in the first and in the second part. So, and here, can you guess what? You play this one instead of this one. So just as in the first part when you play the guitar, just know that when you play this, if you're playing the guitar, you're gonna start here. So basically it's the exact same thing as the first drop. This one instead of this, and you go. So I do thumb, index, and then go up like this. And then start back here. Variation. So. And this is the ending. Okay, and that's basically it. So just to recap, you go start without the snare and without the hi-hat. So okay, that's the first time. Second time. Okay, second time. Third time, and then fourth time. Okay, that's the variation. Then you play the exact same thing. Okay, and you go guitar. So you know you press the guitar, so you're gonna be playing this and adding in the hi-hat this time. Same exact thing. So you had that variation again, and so that means it's time for this variation. At this time, you end here, so. And you go straight down to the second type of growl, so. Usual variation. Okay, and then do it again with the other variation. Okay. So first time you play this, it's with the guitar, so. Second time it's, and this is halfway, so you start here. Now it's time for this one again, so. Sorry, as it's this one, the guitar, we know that we'll be playing this, so. Oh, sorry. Okay, so that's how you finish it. So, yeah, basically from the second part, this is the halfway through. And you go here. Okay, and you play that part with this variation. Then you play this again. Guitar, so you go. Blah, blah, blah. Play that through again, and then you just end like this. Okay, and that's the end of the job. Okay, and then you go into that part. So yeah, I hope that was clear enough as an explanation. I mean, it's not that hard to play it, and it's fairly easy to improvise. I mean, it's like if you don't follow the arrangement exactly how I explained it, it won't be disastrous, it will still sound good. So yeah, I just hope it was clear enough how I explained the arrangement. So yeah, check out the 4th tutorial as soon as that's out, so keep posted, it will probably be up tomorrow. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. As usual, I'll just remind you, if you could just leave me a comment below letting me know just how this tutorial was for you guys, if it was too easy or too hard or whatever. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and cheers!